out. As you can tell, we're switching things up today, and if you are just tuning in, this is our 12 games of Christmas game number 2, day number 2, Balatro. That's right, I got y'all. Let me go ahead and quickly I'm gonna just do a quick fade over here for just a second and make sure I move this out of the way. I don't want my notes being on the screen. All right, and we do have the hint for the next game as well. So if y'all are looking for that as well, the hint for the next game is out there already, and you can find it in the chat. Exclamation point games, 12 games, exclamation point 12 games. And the hint for tomorrow's game is in there. Again, tomorrow will be another dual shift. We'll play Animal Crossing in the morning, maybe some Stardew, and then we'll be doing our second half of the stream tomorrow will be the third game. So that's what you're looking forward to there. I also want to just say that the schedule's out for the afternoon squad. A quick little moment of housekeeping. What's up, Jumpy Pants? Schedule's out, exclamation point schedule. You'll see we have Disney Dreamlight Valley on Wednesday. That's the only day that's 100% something that I can confirm. Otherwise, we're taking off Friday. So again, we're here today, tomorrow, Wednesday for Disney Dreamlight. Thursday, I'm taking Friday off. We're back Saturday, Sunday. We're going to be doing a 12 games of Christmas game every day that isn't Disney Dreamlight Valley. So you got a lot of fun stuff to look forward to as we go into this weekend. It's going to be a blast. I'm going to be doing my best to rotate Zelda in. I'm going to be doing my best to rotate Stardew in alongside the 12 games.
Go to this guy,
So
Boogie, Dumper, Dumper, Love.
Thank you, Luckness, for the 19. Thank you, Minty, for the 222, by the way. I didn't miss you there. Thank you so much, Minty. And Alt075, how you been, baby? So now that I got some of the housekeeping out of the way, let me go ahead and reintroduce y'all here the next game. I'll introduce y'all what this game is and give you a quick little synopsis on what to expect. But this game kind of speaks for itself. So I'll be doing a lot more explaining while we play. Last but not least, night stream tonight, and I'm probably just gonna end up going for most of the day today. I still might take a break later, but I want to play Balatro for at least a couple hours. So I'm gonna be here for quite a while today. If I take a break, it'll be way later. Either way, 5 p.m. tonight is when the official night stream begins. If I take a break, and if I don't, we'll just kind of slowly gradually go into it. It's streamer's choice variety. I didn't do it on Friday night to make up for Friday night. Streamer's choice variety. I'll play whatever I feel like playing tonight. I have a couple ideas, but the truth is I don't actually even know what I want to play yet. I got some Zelda games we can play. We have like 3 Zelda games rotating right now. We could do Stardew, we could do Animal Crossing and catch up on New Horizons. We could do GameCube. So we have a lot of options. I'll figure it out as we go. We could even do some Mario Party if there's enough of y'all that want to do that. So I did say I wanted to take a little bit of a break from Mario Party for a couple weeks, so maybe not so much that one, but we'll figure it out. Just a couple weeks. I promise the Mario Party will be back, especially as we get towards the end of the month. So, all right, let's go ahead and do this. This is Balatro, my friends, and Balatro is, here comes that word that you've probably heard a lot recently in life as a gamer. It's a rogue. Roguelike, roguelite, whatever you want to call it. Don't worry about the little details. Just know that a rogue game is a very specific experience that's based around the idea of playing a game multiple times in order to get different experiences from it. That is the essence of rogue without the nuance. Playing a game multiple times in order to get different experiences from it. Sometimes a rogue, generally speaking, a rogue is a short experience, maybe an hour to 5 hours of your life. And then when you go back into it, you play it again, and it's a different experience for a multitude of reasons. Sometimes the environment can be different, the gameplay, maybe you're different in your character or whatever you control. Maybe the enemies are different. Usually it's all of the above. That's a rogue. Again, you play the game multiple times over and over again, and every time you play it, it's a different experience. That's all you really need to take away from the idea of a rogue. Now, let's talk about how this game does that exact classic process. And this game here is, it takes the world of poker and playing cards, all right, and it turns it into a rogue experience. It's really interesting. Let me go and see. Isn't there a way for me to add? Isn't there a way for me to add? Oh, I don't have the Stardew Valley cards. Unfortunate. How do I get the Stardew Valley cards? Oh, they might be in here. They're there. Stardew Valley diamonds. Got it. Sick. We'll do Stardew. We'll do Vampire Survivors. We'll do, I guess we'll do Among Us, even though I don't really like that game that much. And we'll do Cyberpunk. All right, cool. Let's go. How'd you get the starter cards? They're just built into the game as a part of a cross promotion. Yeah, they're just there. Yeah. All right, so let me go ahead and explain this. So the game starts off, you have access to one deck, basically, I think, maybe more, but whatever. You start off with the red deck. So to kind of give you a rough idea of what you're about to witness, and again, it's better to explain this as we go, it's that you are taking the world of poker and playing cards and you're turning it into a rogue experience. And the way that they do that, for people who have not played Rogue, this might be a little bit hard to digest, but it's through what we call RNG. It's the idea that the way you create a rogue experience is every run is different because of RNG. So, and procedural generation of things. And this run, maybe I'll get this God card, but maybe next run I get this really bad card, and that will determine if my run is good or bad, depending on the luck. RNG, we're talking luck here, all right? A lot of it is luck-based, a lot of it is random, a lot of it is, am I gonna be paralyzed for 3 turns in a row in Pokemon? It's the same vibe, right? So that's kind of what dictates a lot of how rogue games play, but this is where the fun part comes in. But it's more important how you play alongside that randomness, how you adapt to getting a bad card or getting a good card, how you adapt and how you pivot and how you shape and mold your run in the direction that you prefer it to be. It's a little bit hard to wrap your head around if you've never played a rogue. So, but the best way to explain this game is to show you it. So let's dive in. We're going to be playing with the blue deck because that's where I'm at right now. To give you professionals a rundown of my account, I've gotten 2 wins ever. I'm sure that's what a lot of people want to know. I got 2 wins. My first win was the red deck. You can tell because you can see the chip right here at the top right of the red deck. And then my second win was actually the magic deck. I fell in love with the magic deck. I love this deck. The reason I'm not going to continue playing with it is because this thing under challenges says you need to win a run at least 5 with 5 different decks to unlock challenges. So I want to unlock challenges, so I'm trying to do a run with 5 different decks. So we've jumped to blue. +1 hand every round. So that's like a little perk, a little bonus, and we're just going to go play the game. So, and again, we'll talk about like kind of what you're seeing, and I'll try to give you the best example and under explanation to kind of help you follow along. But the truth is if you haven't played a rogue game before, or if you haven't played Balatro before, it might be kind of hard to follow what's going on, and that's normal, baby. That's just gaming. There's a lot of depth here. There's a lot of moving parts. All right. So what's up, Man's the King? Welcome in, baby. I guessed this game yesterday. Not sure if you read my message. Well, you know, I can't react to you all guessing. So I read every one of your messages, and I knew that y'all had me called out on Balatro so hard that part of me wanted it to be Batman, just so I could prove you all wrong because I'm a stubborn hipster. But the truth is that if I could get myself an excuse to check this game out on stream, there's a lot of y'all wanted me to show this game off. This was the game. This was the play. This was the play. So yeah, this was kind of a throwaway. Every 12 games of Christmas, there's a throwaway or two that's kind of obvious. This was the obvious one. I don't think the rest of 12 games of Christmas is so obvious. You'll have to wait and see. We do have our hint up for tomorrow. The hint is available for tomorrow. Exclamation point 12 games. Yeah, rogue games are very RNG and luck based. That is correct. Correct. So let's go ahead and show you what we're looking at here. So there's a couple key things you need to know about what's happening on the screen. All right, so I'm gonna quickly, oh, sorry, I'm dropping some frames here. All right, we're good. You might have to refresh. All right, so there's a couple things you need to know here, and I'm gonna quickly move my camera to show you real quick. I'm trying to figure out my setup here. This is what I need. All right, so yeah, we need this. All right, so I'm gonna go over here and shoot. I hate that this game doesn't have windowed borderless. It bothers me so much, dude. So the first pieces of information that you need to understand is on the left bottom of the screen. First off, every run that I have encountered so far, I'm new to the game, has 8 levels. They're called antes. Again, this is very poker themed. So every run that you do has 8 rounds, 8 antes. Now you can keep going, but let's just to keep things simple here, for those who've never played, your goal is to get to the end of round 8 and to beat the boss of round 8. So you'll see in the bottom left corner, I am in ante 1 out of 8. That's the goal. At the end of the day, your goal is as simple as, can you make it to the end of round 8? So you would be technically going into round 9. That's when the game wins. That's when you beat the game. All right. So now that you kind of understand that, you'll see over here we have money. I have gold. I have cash, dinero. I have my hands and my discard, and then that's easier to explain when I get into the game. So I'm gonna hide chat here for a minute. Sorry, chat's all stuck behind me. I promise I'm not sitting on them. I promise. So otherwise, what you need to know from here is every round, every ante, you have a small blind, a big blind, and a boss blind. All right. So you have the small blind, the big, the boss, and each of them can be utilized in different ways. The small blind is exactly what it sounds like. It's the smaller of the 3, and you can either earn yourself 300 gold, or sorry, three gold, $3. In order, if I were to choose the small blind, I can get a reward for beating it, or I can skip it and get a different type of reward. However, if I skip it, I don't get a visit to the shop. And that's maybe too much information. So let me just take a step back and say, there's a small blind, a big blind, and then a boss blind. So every round, I just pointed out, every round, every ante, there's a small, a big, and a boss blind. And you need to manipulate these 3 blinds to acquire the resources that you need in order to find your victory. And there's different styles of resources. There's money that you can spend at the shop. There's rewards for skipping blinds that also in turn skips your shop visit. So this is tricky. I could go ahead and I could skip this blind. I won't make the $3 that they're guaranteeing for my reward, right? But I also I don't get the money for the reward. I don't get a shop visit, but I would get an uncommon joker, which might not mean much to you right now. Then you have the big blind. The big blind is harder to overcome, but you get more for a reward, or you can also skip it. But remember, skipping the blind means you don't get to shop. So I'm just kind of laying the foundation on how you interact with all of this, right? So let's say that I chose to battle the big blind. Now you're seeing what the game looks like on its base level. Welcome in, Raiders. Raiders, I'm going to get you a shout out shortly, but welcome in, beautiful Raiders. So this is what the game looks like the majority of the time. This is what the game looks like. So you have a hand, you have spaces up top for different tools like these jokers and stuff. You don't have to worry about that. And my goal is to play hands from poker to get points. And there's a whole point system laid out at the base of the game. So like if you guys know poker, if I get a flush, I get points. If I get a full house, I get points. So this is where the poker stuff comes in. And if you use this chart, it'll tell you how many points that a hand is worth. A high card hand, which is literally a hand with no pairs, nothing, just a single high card, is worth 5 chips times 1. 5 chips. But let's say I play a full house. I get 40 chips times 4. So you don't have to try to overthink this stuff. I would just understand that the better the poker the hand, the more points they're worth. That's all you need to know about this game. The better the poker hand, the more it's worth. For now. There's a lot that goes into this game, and that's not how it's going to be by the time we get done with our run. But the basics of the game, the foundation of the game, is the better the hand, the more points it's worth. For now. So we just got to play poker. So it starts off pretty straightforward, right? So I'm looking at my hand here. I have a pair. I could just play the pair. All right. Now, again, if you look at on the right side of the screen, you'll see that I have a hands and I have a discard. Hands means this is how many hands that I can play in order to beat the big blind. And if you see up at top, it says score at least 450 chips. Here's my current score, 60. I need to get to 450 to beat the blind. And in order to do that, I need to play hands. So I have 5 hands at start with this deck to get 450. I can also discard up to 5 cards 3 times. Right? We'll see you later, Pandora. So let's say I don't like what I have in my hand here. Let's say that instead I want to get rid of all of this stuff. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have a straight here. So let's go ahead and play our straight. Now let's say in this hand, I'm not a fan. I really don't like Pierre. He stinks. I'm gonna go ahead and discard Pierre, as well as my 6 and my 3. So now I just used one of my discards for the turn. If I do it again, one more. Now let's say I were to do that one more time. I can no longer discard, excuse me, brain. So now I'm stuck using whatever I have. Good thing I have something really good. Right? So that's how the hands and the discards work and all that. And again, my goal is to beat the big blind. We go ahead, we're gonna beat it here. And that is the big blind. It's this, the small blind is the exact same idea. It's the same shit. The small blind and the big blind are the same. 100% fundamentally. They're just worth more and they're a little harder to beat. So the small blind was easier to defeat, but yielded less rewards. And the big blind was a little harder to defeat, but yielded more rewards. I got $4 for beating the big blind and 2 for having some remaining hands left, meaning I did it more efficiently. Cash out, and I get a visit to the shop. I can buy stuff in the shop. We're gonna talk about this as we do an official run. Then, once I'm done shopping, I go back to round 1 and the different blinds that I'm choosing. Again, small blind, big blind, then the boss blind. and every boss blind has an interesting effect. This one, I lose my hand size -1. Now, instead of drawing 8 cards, I'm only drawing 7. This is what I have to overcome in order to beat this round. Now, if I were to manage to succeed here, we go to the next round and we do it again, and we have to do that 8 times. So we'll quickly see if we can succeed here. Just like real quick, it doesn't really matter because I'm going to do a real round here after this. But like if we can just quickly succeed here, we will. I'll just close here, close here. I'm just gonna go for, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oops, I didn't mean to click play hand. I was going for this, but I need a 9. Let me just go ahead and discard these. Got it. Bingo bongo. All right, easy. All right, and then boom. I beat the boss blind. I get a visit to the shop. And now if you guys can look at the bottom left of the screen, I am in now ante 2 of 8. So now I'm in round 2. So I'm going to proceed to do that all the way until I beat the game, which is round 8. Right? So that's like a rough idea of how this game works. And again, it's just better explained as we play. And it just gets exceedingly more difficult to reach your goals of defeating each blind and boss. And you have to start really manipulating the game's mechanics in order to get super high payouts. And that's where the game starts to get complicated and a little confusing for a player who's maybe never, again, either played a rogue or, again, never played Balatro itself. Either way, there's a lot of similarities between this and other rogue style games or Balatro itself. So if you haven't either interacted with rogues or Balatro, hopefully that's at least a little bit of a foundation for you to understand. Again, the basics of rogue games are this. You play the game multiple times over and over again with different interactions and different outcomes. Same game over and over again, and every time is a different experience in different interactions and in turn a different outcome. That's the essence of a rogue game, and Balatro's no different. It's just got its own flavor and twist. It's poker based. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do an actual run now, and we're trying to beat with the blue deck, so this is what the deck that we're gonna be playing. Welcome in, Young Turkey Boy, and welcome to the show today. All right. Man, yeah, I hate that this game doesn't have a windowed only mode. I genuinely hate it, dude. Welcome in, Raiders. What's up, Jay Chippers? Yo, if you're still out there hanging out from the raid, I want you to get some Buka oranges in the chat for me, baby. And welcome to the show today. What's up, Buka? Thank you for your patience, dude. I just wanted to get through that before I talk to y'all. If you're still out there, Buka, thank you for the raid. That's Hyrule Gaming Group, fam. Make sure you get that follow button at the top of the chat and give it a smashing, and check out our fam, Buka. Honestly, Buka is the best and the only VTuber I'll ever need on this platform. They're the best VTuber I've ever interacted with, and they're the only one that I'll ever need on this platform. I love their vibe. It's a phenomenal broadcast. It's such a fun time to be there. The chat is off the wall, but in the best way possible. And it seriously is one of my favorite streams to lurk and chat in. So give them some love, dude, and welcome in, Raiders. I hope y'all had a good time, and y'all were playing some New Horizons today. Were you doing Pocket Camp by chance, or were you actually playing New Horizons? Out of curiosity. Those are big claims. Yes, you guessed it right, but so did a ton of others, because you mentioned how much you enjoy this game. I had to at least show this game off on stream once, and once 12 Games of Christmas was coming up, I figured this was our best bet. So I honestly would probably be better off sitting on the other side of the screen for this, but I'm just gonna sit over here and I'll just speak out loud my progress. So all right, so now I need to choose. So we're at the beginning of the game. And I need to choose if I want to take this small blind and earn 3 gold plus, or do I want to take a free joker, a free foil joker in the shop. So a foil joker, a joker traditionally costs anywhere between $3 and $5. I think that this is a good deal early on, because the most that I can make if I do the small blind is $7. And that's the most. So we're gonna skip the small blind. This gives you $5 per skipped blind this run. $10 is a lot early game. And again, the most that I can even earn if I were to do the big blind would be $8. So skipping it just gives me more money. And the only problem with skipping this is I don't get a shop visit. And again, we talked about this. The shop visit is something that you're skipping when you skip the blind. So this is like a little bit of a mini game. You have to decide, do you want to visit the shop or do you want to try to earn some cash? I'm gonna be real. What I like to do in this scenario is I like to, on round 1, I like to just risk it all because it's only round 1. So I tend to go to the first boss with no upgrades and no shop visits, because it just doesn't matter, because like it's round 1, and if I lose, I'll just come back next round. I'll go again. All right, so I have 3 clubs, so we could go for a flush here. I also have a pair, and I'm also kind of close to a straight, so I have a couple different options to go for. I think what I'll do is go for the flush. I really don't have terribly good odds to go for the flush though, right? So we could also just go for a full house here. So I'm guessing in this scenario, I'm gonna go for the clubs. And I'm gonna start off with 1 cheeky discard. See, this is the thing about the discard system, is that I've learned over my little bit of time playing this game that you don't really wanna over discard too early. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of my diamonds here. Sorry, Maru. What's her name? Marnie? Wow. Wow. I'm sitting at 4 of each. We're gonna go for the straight. Skipping without any jokers early game is risky. Yeah, and again, it doesn't matter because it's round 1. So I don't really care about losing round 1. That's my logic, because I can just restart the game again real quick. Dude, I'm a game manipulator, dude. At my heart, in my heart, I'm a game manipulator. So I'm always gonna find ways to exploit games like that. So the way I see it is like, who cares if I lose right now? It's literally round 1. I'll just restart. So instead, now I get myself 2 pretty nice bonuses. I don't end up getting to go to the store, and that's what I'm trading off. Believe me, I do understand how powerful getting store visits can be and getting access to those jokers. But the way I see it is $10 is a pretty nice little piece of change. And like the worst case scenario is I lose right here, which we clearly are not gonna. We could probably just run high card here, or sorry, 2 pair. So yeah, but believe me, I do not do this after round 1. After round 1, that's a wrap. I'm not doing that. All right, so we got $5 from beating the boss, plus another $2 because we had 2 hands left over, plus we get interest for every $5 we had. So now I get to start my first shop visit with $23. So this feels good. So I skipped those first 2 blinds, but this feels real good. And my next base edition shop joker is free in foil. But actually it's not in here yet, which is weird. I've never seen that before. It's not in here. It's almost always in here. That's really interesting. I almost want to re-roll here to get my Joker. Let's go ahead and buy Mercury. So these planet cards are really interesting. What these planet cards do is that they level up a hand and make the hand more valuable. This is why I said 2 times in a very goofy way that the hands and their value is not going to stay the same throughout the game. So for example, I leveled up my pair to level 2 and now it's worth more than it was at level 1. So this is where this game really starts to show a lot of depth, because you can have runs that you focus on things like straights or flushes, or you can focus on one combo, or you can focus on more than one. Maybe you have 2, you have a backup plan. So you can really start to level these up. I find that valuing planet cards is probably the best thing you can do across the board. I find that planet cards are very valuable, and rarely do I want to pass them up ever. I will buy almost every planet card I see because it's just value, dude. That's like the whole game is leveling up these hands. So you just buy the planet cards. Like, that's just how I play the game right now. We're gonna re-roll the shop once because I really want my free foil Joker. I don't understand how there wasn't a Joker in here. There it is. This Joker gains times 0.25 multiplier every time a playing card is added to your deck. Ooh. Getting that on round 2? Ooh, that is nice. +1 discard each round, the Drunkard. I kind of want to buy the Drunkard as well. I've never ran the Drunkard before, I don't think. Okay, and then see, now I don't want to necessarily spend all my money because of interest, right? So there's an interest system, and I kind of want to save a little bit of cash so I can make more cash. But I also don't want to pass up this jumbo pack of planet cards. But I'm gonna skip past it. Let's go. So +3 hand size next round. I don't need that, so we're gonna play the small blind. All right, so I could go for clubs here if I wanted. I could go for a straight. We're kind of looking at something looking like a straight. We need 8, we need jack. I like playing for flushes because playing for flushes feels kind of safe. And I really enjoy playing for flushes. So I usually default to playing for flushes to like some extent. I'll go ahead and I'll waste a discard here because we got a free one from the Drunkard. I just wanted to see what would happen. So 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need a 10. So we got rid of our 10 and then we ended up getting the 8, which feels bad, but it is what it is. We could also go for a 5 instead. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the king, ace, and 3 and go for a 5 or a 10. I'll go ahead and I'll do the same thing again. Oh, you know what? Let's just go for 2 pair. Man, I find that 2 pair is such a good card to run, to level up, because a lot of hands end up with 2 pair in them. The king looks like a Snoop Dogg vampire. Shut up. Get out of here with your Snoop Dogg. Okay, this is beautiful. We'll take that straight all day. All right, and then we have 4 hands left. So your goal, again, to like kind of elaborate a little further, you want to try to beat these rounds using the minimal amount of hands possible. Because the more hands you have left at the end, the more money you make. You get $1 for every hand that you save. So like right now, I have 4 hands available, and you want to try to hit this goal in as few hands as possible. So you really do want to think and try to figure out what's the best opportunity. However, depending on your run, you don't get punished for discarding. So you can always afford to do a discard, again, depending on your run. But hands, every hand you play is costing you $1. So you do want to kind of consider that as you go. All right, so we beat the small blind. We got $3 plus another 3 for the hand, plus 1 for interest. So we get to go to the shop. Playing face cards have a 1 in 2 chance to give you $2 when scored. So this is a really good card to get early game for cash. 1 in 2 chance to create a tarot card when any booster pack is opened. I had a lot of fun with this card in the past. Hallucination. I almost said hallucinogen is what I said first, but I guess I just read what I wanted to read. What's up, by the way, Messy Mama Holly? Lindsay, I saw you got your answer in the chat. You started a new island in New Horizons, but I saw Pocket Camp released early. Yes, dude. We played Pocket Camp all day today, Buka. It was a blast. Buying planets outside of the hands you're trying to play hurts econ and will limit your interest at the end of the round. What's the game here? This game is called Balatro, correct. Ends up being worth more than 4 of a kind. Yeah. 2-pair is like I say, I haven't run a 2-pair run. So the two games that I won with flush. The 2 games that I won with flush. I won by focusing on flush and by filling my cards up with as many of the same suit as possible. So this is a rogue experience, Aelith. So your goal is to beat a boss at the end of round 8. You beat the boss by playing hands, and every hand is worth more and more points. So you play hands, poker hands, you get chips. After you get a certain amount of chips, you defeat boss. You rinse and repeat until you beat the end of the game. I'm giving you like the most basic comment here. So you play these poker hands, you get chips, you use chips, defeat boss, rinse, repeat. But there's a lot more to it than that, so please understand. All right, celestial packs always contain a planet card for your most played poker hand. See, I like this a lot. Investing in this early would be nice, but I just don't really have a ton of money. Spectral cards feel like they can be hit or miss. Again, I'm not the most experienced Balatro player, so all of my experience is literally the first difficulty of the game. Like, I haven't played the second difficulty with any decks yet. Well, I did once, but... So anything I say out loud, whether it's wrong or not, it's coming from the perspective of a player who has 2 wins and who has just started the game. So I really want to buy the Mega Standard pack because we have this super sick multiplier. Every time we add a playing card to our deck, we get more of a multiplier. Multipliers are insanely cool. So I'm going to go for more multiplier here. I'll take the gold card and I'll take the wild card. Sick. Now we have 1.5 multiplier. I've used the Joker that lets you skip numbers to make straights before. That card is really, really cool, actually. I agree. We're going to go ahead and buy the business card to invest in more money later, even if it does make it to where we don't get interest. And we're going to skip. So now we have the option of going into the big blind, and where we have to defeat a score of 1200, or I can skip the big blind and it gives me $1 per played hand this run. I can skip the big blind for $5. That's not worth it. I can make more than $5 by doing the battle. Let's go. All right, so we're in big blind. I just have to play poker hands to try to get the highest score possible. Right now I'm seeing an obvious 2-pair, but I have 4 discards. Why do I keep saying Discord? I have 4 discards available. So I don't actually have to dive into this 2-pair. Instead, why don't I go ahead and discard a little bit and see if I can get myself a full house? I got myself a full house. We're going to do queen, queen, 2, 2, 2. Now, a part of this game that's going to be a little confusing for somebody watching and not playing is the scoring system. And the truth is the scoring system is even confusing if you play the game until you get a handle on it. So I don't want you to worry too much about how I'm getting these points. All you really need to focus on is this number here is what I have scored, and this number up there is what I need to score. That's all you need to know. If you're trying to follow if I'm winning or losing, this number here is what I have. This number here is what I need to have. That's all you need to know to follow this, I promise. And now if I move my head, you see when I play this full house, you see how it says full house, level 1. I'm getting 40 chips times 4. So then it's going to calculate. Every one of these cards are also worth an individual number. So 7 is worth 7. Base cards are worth 10. 6 is worth 6. So if I play this hand, I'm going to get 40 plus 7 plus 7 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 times 4 times another 1.5 because of my multiplier. Boom. But again, I'm not expecting you, and you shouldn't expect yourself to be able to follow this without playing the game, because even when you play it, it's a little confusing. Yeah, we got another full house. Yeah. All right, so we're at a shop with 15 bucks. We could probably finally buy this telescope voucher. We have +4 multiplier for each card below 52. We don't want that. Adds double the rank of the lowest card held in the hand. I'm not really a big fan of this, but I think it has potential. We could buy ourselves our first pack of tarot, or we could buy ourselves some planets, or both. I think I'm going to do both here. I really want this voucher, but let's go. Our first planet pack, and we haven't really established what we're playing for here yet. We actually haven't established at all what we're playing for. We've leveled up pair and 4 of a kind. I almost think the safe thing to do here is to level up flush, because I play for flush pretty frequently. I think I'm going to go for 3 of a kind here though, because 3 of a kind is like a pretty safe hand. I'm going to go for flush. Flush has been my thing for a while. I'm going to keep going for flush. From far, that card seemingly says penis. All right, tarot. Why do I read your messages again, Cozy? I really recommend people not thinking that there's a right or wrong way to play. This game is just fun to mess around with your deck and see what happens. Right. And then you can totally play this game on a level of like intensity, and you could try to be the most efficient Balatro player of all time. That is an option. That's always an option in almost every video game. But I agree with Jumpy Pants is saying, like, this game is really about having, like, realizing how many different ways there are to win, and having fun and like experimenting and like, can I do a high card deck? Can I do a run where I make all my points off of single high cards? Like, you could have some real goofy stuff going on. Converts 3 cards to clubs. Oh, and guess what? We just chose the flush card. There it is. Boom, boom, boom. And you're all clubs now. And now we are officially attempting to go for a flush club run. It's still too early to say that's what's going to happen here, but our goal is to go for 2 though. I've learned the hard way that if you're going to go for a flush deck, you want to go for 2, not just 1, because if you run into a boss that says that, for example, clubs don't do anything, it's happened to me. It's not fun. So I've learned that if I play flush, I go for 2 now. I go for like clubs and hearts, or clubs and spades, clubs and diamonds, or the real combo is hearts and diamonds and clubs and spades, because there's jokers that play off of those partners, clubs and spades and hearts and diamonds. So, but anyways, that's what I try to do now. But again, I'm very new to the game and I haven't played it a lot. So I've only maybe done like 30 runs ever, not even, like probably 20. 1 in 7 cards get drawn face down. Okay, this sucks. So now I have cards that are just face down. Now, if you can get, dude, I imagine mathematicians are in here like, you know what I mean? Like, I imagine like mathematicians are in here like, all right, well, if I have this many cards in my deck, and I have a 7, a 4, and a 2, and a 9 and a 10, then I can appropriately identify that clearly I must be that these 2 cards that are face down must be a 9 and a 10. Like I imagine like it's like there's people out there that are out here like, so if I count these cards precisely, like, dude, I imagine people are going hard on this game, dude, because it's all numbers, it's all math. Because that's just what like poker is, dude, like in card games, dude. Over here acting like you don't love doing game stats, dude. I love it. I don't take it to the extreme, but I love it, right? I love it. I love it too much. So do they tell you what cards the face down cards are? They don't. Yeah, I didn't think so. The best part of Balatro is that it doesn't tell you the score of your hand before you play it. I like that. Yeah, you do have to like have a rough idea or do the math. I'll do the math pretty quick. I'm not like a math bonehead, but I'm not like a math elite. I usually do the math pretty, like I'm pretty good at identifying how much I'm gonna make off a hand. Sorting by suit, then number can really help you get an idea of what's upside down. Sorting by suit and then number. So how do I sort? I don't remember how to sort. Is there a sort button? Back from doing a big grocery shop. What's up? What's up, Majinx? How you doing? What's up, Hill Street Blues? The button before your hand. Oh, thank you. Sort hand by suit. And then rank. Oh, wow. You just taught me something. I always just guessed in this scenario. So I know that this card here is between 10 and king. It could be a 10, it could be a king, or a joker or a queen. Interesting. And I know this is either a 7, 8, or a 9. Wow. I don't think I fully like registered that these buttons were under here. That is really cool, actually. Thank you for that. I would usually just go in here and guess. Like I'll be the first to tell you that I would just guess half the time. Like we're about to guess right now for fun. Go. Damn it. I was really hoping it was an 8. All right, let's go ahead and go for a flush here. Boom, smoked them. Only 2 hands, not bad at all. We're doing pretty well so far, but this game starts to tilt on you very fast, so. All right, Hereford, enhance the selected cards to bonus cards. This Joker gains 8 chips when each played 2 is scored. +1 hand size. I kind of just, I have to buy this. I kind of just feel like I have to buy that. So we've kind of messed up our economy early. I try really, really hard not to spend my cash into round 3 so I can start getting that juicy, juicy, juicy cash from my interest. But I've been blowing my cash every round, dude. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hold off. I'm going to skip one round. A free spectral pack or a potential of $7. I feel like spectral packs always disappoint me. I feel like spectral cards always suck. I know that that's not the case. I'm just saying I feel like I'm never amazed by what I get from spectral. Like it always is like, oh, okay. Yeah, like it's always like, oh, okay. Like it's never like sick. Like, I don't know, man. I just feel like spectral cards blow. All right, let's go for the full house instead of the flush here. Let's just do a cheeky discard here. We got the flush anyways. That's fine. That's fine. I'll take that. I rarely skip bonds. The reward needs to be really good. I found myself it's probably like 50-50 right now. If I'm skipping a blind, it's probably like 50-50. Personally. But I do agree with you that it's got to be a good reward. I do agree with you. Like I'm pretty picky about what I pick, but I think I just feel like I have pretty good luck and I tend to get what I need. Skipping usually is a benefit. The thing is though, you have to remember, I was talking to my roommate because I introduced this game to my roommate and we family share, so he plays it off my account. And one of the first things I taught him is I'm like, you got to keep in mind though, every time you skip a blind, you're skipping a shop purchase. So like you do have to keep in mind, like you are passing up like a pretty big thing when you skip a blind. You miss a shop visit, right? So like I think that's a big trade-off, and sometimes that'll determine if I'm gonna skip a blind or not. But you can get some good rewards. I think the best blind reward, one of the best blind rewards outside of like the money ones, is the double tag. Double tag is really nice. The money ones are nice. I have a guess for tomorrow's game. It's not a game at all. You're packing your ish and moving. Could you imagine? All right, so our deck wants us to add more cards to our deck, so this is really good. We'll take the wild card. Oh, I should have took the club there though. I didn't think about it. Remember, we're going clubs. We'll take, when this card is discarded, you get a tarot card. We'll take this and we'll discard it every chance we get. Hylian orders 1 medium pizza to feed us all afterwards. Shut up, dude. How come this didn't get bonuses from that? Every time a playing card is added to your deck. This didn't get any bonuses from that. Oh, I skipped it? I skipped them both? Oh, I wasn't paying attention, dude. I've never played this game on stream before, so I just like wasn't even paying attention. I'm like super distracted thinking about medium pizzas and moving. I almost want to restart the run because of that, but let's just keep going. We'll just pretend like I lost $8 somehow. What the hell, man? What am I doing? You've done that too? Yeah, what am I doing over here? All right, let's take this blind. We need cash. All right, we'll start off with the flush. We actually have a straight. No, we don't. And everyone has to drink sink water with no ice. Why is that? Why do I feel like this has happened? Why do I feel like you're speaking from experience? So we're just dumping flushes over and over. We're getting pretty lucky with these hands right now. So that'll get our cash back. We kind of blew it there. Honestly, a mistake like that could cost us our run. That is how finicky these games can be. But we're so early, we could probably recover. We're so early, we can probably recover. But like, it does feel pretty bad to have that happen. It's like, whatever, man. I'm gonna buy these tarot cards. Tomorrow you're playing Unpacking, a very relaxing game. That is my guess. What's up, Oz? What's up, OZ? 8 gold, stone card, create a random joker. We'll take a random joker. First played face cards double. I love this card. I love this card. Dude, I love this card. Here, the reason... Okay, this is not the card I thought it was. Hold on a second. There is a card. I had a deck, dude. I had a deck, man. Oh, chat, let me tell you about this deck real quick. It had a thing where every face card played gets double tapped. Is that the card I'm thinking of? It was like every face card that plays again. And then I had this card, the business card, and then I had like another one. And I was like, I would play a hand of face cards and it would be like, it would tap every face card twice, give me like a bunch of money. Like, it was really sick, dude. It was a pretty dope deck, man. I had a lot of fun playing that deck. All right, let's get out of here. Let's keep our money going. Yes, that's what I had. Like, all cards were counting as face cards. It was like, dude, it was insane. First hand is drawn face down. All right, suck. What do you do here? You know what I mean? Do you just pick 5 cards randomly? Right, you just pick 5 cards randomly? I think there's a better way to go about this, but this is fine. Yeah, we could have discarded 5. The discard might have been cleaner. I almost want to discard these 4. Yeah, I'll just do that. I didn't think about the discard. Yeah, you're right. We have a potential full house if we want to farm for the full house. We still do have 3 discards. We're also really close to a straight. I'm gonna go for the full house. It's the worst when this happens. And then you're just sitting there with 4 2 pairs in your hand. That happens far too often, actually. And you're just sitting there with 4 2 pairs, and you're just like, well, shit. Like, well, this is not how this was supposed to go. We'll go for full house again, sure. Nice. Beautiful. All right, we got out of the weeds there. We were in the weeds. We were in the weeds for a second there. I do have the Stardew skin activated, but it's only for diamonds, apparently. It's strange how they set it up, actually. Plus 10 multiplier if the hand contains 2. See, this is not a terrible joker to pick up. Destroys up to 2 selected cards. Don't really need to do that. All right, let's go ahead and buy both of these. Plus 1 card slot available at the shop is actually pretty good. Yo, can I ask you all, does the blank voucher do something? Does the blank voucher do something? Eventually, yes. Okay. I bought it once and I just never bought it again. I wasn't sure. This can count as a club. We'll take this. Nice. Now we got that up to ×2. Honestly, this card right here is gonna carry this whole game for me if it keeps up like this. It'll unlock a voucher that will give you an extra joker slot. Oh. All right, we have the option to skip and get a mega buffoon pack for 2 jokers, which honestly wouldn't be the worst. I'm gonna go ahead and just take my cash here though. Yeah, I know. I really want the overstock. I know. I really want the overstock. I actually really do want the overstock. Lose $1 per card played. Dude, what a bastard. All right, sick. Let's go for the buffoon pack. Plus 2 chips for each remaining card in deck. Ooh. Prevents death. I mean, you gotta go with Mr. Bones. Mr. Bones was the reason why I won my first round. Mr. Bones was the reason why I won my first ever like round. Like I won because of Mr. Bones. Like I would have lost, but because I had at least 25% of the required chips, it clicked me over and I won. Oh yeah, I'm hip to the Joker order. Yeah, I'm hip. My order is good right now. So all I know about the Joker order is that you want to have your multipliers at the right side. That's the main thing I could tell you. You want to have all your multipliers on the right side because you want to be doing your big multipliers at the end of everything. After everything counts up, you want to multiply it. So yeah, I'm hip to how this all works for sure. Having cards that give you extra chips is much bigger than I realized initially. Plus 80 chips if played hand contains 2 pair. I don't really need this discard. I might get rid of the drunkard here. Played cards with diamond each earn $1. What? I've never seen this before. Just a raw cash? That almost seems better than business card. Sadly, I'm down to 12 diamonds only though. No, 14. First time I won, I did a 2-pair run and it was fab. Dude, 2 pairs are so nice. I'm gonna trade this out for this and try out this new card. And then we're playing this because I want to go to the shop. I have yet to do a 2-pair run. I did flush both times. I won, I believe. But I've had a couple good runs go into the end where I focused on high card once and I focused on 2-pair once that went like pretty far into the end, but I got stopped. It's so easy to get beat as you get further along in this. So here's another situation where I have 4 2-pairs in my hand. So I didn't take that card either. Yo, what's up, Tracy? Nice. We'll take the full house. Yeah, we're still struggling pretty hard. We actually probably might not make it out of ante 4 here. So remember earlier, we're in ante, you have to get through 8 different rounds or antes. Oh, there's a different, they use both terms in this game, so you kind of have to just stick with ante, but it's a round. And we're at 4 out of 8. I can just kind of tell that we're not really hitting hard here. Honestly, like we're pretty low on planet cards and that doesn't help. Only having level 2 of stuff is not really ideal. We could go for the straight here, but the flush is gonna be better, so I'm gonna go for the flush. I kind of want to keep these diamonds around so I could try to play them though for cash. I'm so greedy, dude. What's up, Arevia? Nice, we'll take that. I like how you can see stats during the game rather than have to remember it. It's really nice. Flushes are still our main bee's knees here. All right, cash out. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the overstock. Converting stuff to diamonds wouldn't be like the worst. And we got some planet cards. I think we're about to go broke here, which this is a good round for us to go broke because for every hand we play, we lose money here next. Lose $1 per card played. So like, honestly, the last time that I ran into the tooth, I just spent all of my money before I fought him just in case. And I'm kind of thinking about just doing the same thing here. I'm going to take the Celestial pack over Pluto for now. Straight 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind. I'm not liking any of these. This all sucks, dude. We're going to go for straight for now. I just say it sucks because I really want flush. I just want more Jupiter. Give me Jupiter. Give me Jupiter. Oh, I can't use that yet. You know what I've noticed, by the way? Because I had the freedom. So when I played with the Magic deck, you get an extra slot at the beginning for your tarot and planet cards in the top right. So I started saving some of my tarot cards for mid-match. And dude, sometimes these tarot cards like mid-match can be so nasty. You're sitting there like about to lose and then you just switch 3 cards to a diamond and make a quick flush like mid-round. Versus like I didn't realize like the power of like mid-round tarot cards at first. And I started discovering that because I had room up here to like store them because I got that. The Magic deck comes with a card that gives you an extra storage spot up here. It was pretty cool, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna buy Pluto for a backup because I think having high card leveled up as a backup is really nice. It's just safe. It just feels good. It's safe. We're about to lose all of our money here anyways. I should have just kept spending. All right, sick. We started off with the flush, so we'll take it. Let's just take it. There goes all my cash. I should have just spent all my money. I should have just spent all my money. Last time was a good strategy. I don't know why I questioned myself. I was like, maybe I shouldn't spend all of my money. No, I should have just spent all my money. They're gonna rob me blind here, dude. I'm gonna convert these 3. I've heard so much about this game. Is it fun? Yeah, it's fun. I should have just spent all my money. I regret, big regret here. This run has been kind of a joke. So like if I somehow win this run, I'm going to be pretty happy. We got some cash back playing all those diamonds though. That was nice. 2 pair again. I really should have went 2 pair. This was my run to go 2 pair. This was secretly my 2 pair run and I didn't think about it. Yeah. If you like rogue games, this game's fun. Yeah. So it really does depend on what kind of games you normally play. But to answer your question, in the context of me as a gamer, yes, this game is fun, dude. This game's a lot of fun and it's super addicting. Well, I love seed money so much. Seed money is such a good voucher. It's a little late in the game to be getting seed money though. 1 in 4 chance to upgrade a poker or a joker. Played aces give 20 chips plus 4 multiplier. Gives the total sell value of jokers. I could use some cash here. So this is just free money because I spend $3, but I get $13. So now we got some free cash. Let's go ahead and buy our jumbo pack here. And we'll take the Jack of Spades. Oh, the glass card. Sure, we'll take the glass card. Now we're at 2.25. We just got to keep buying more cards. I have used glass cards. Yeah, I've had one break on me ever. Next, base edition shop jokers, a free holographic. No thanks. We're gonna battle here. Right out the gate with 3 kings. I'm gonna do a small discard, even though it kind of feels like a waste sometimes. Just to see it. Perfect. Just to see if I get lucky enough to get a full house here. Beautiful. Not a bad. All of that for only 4,000 sucks though. We're definitely need to work a little harder here. The jokers that double the first card played, glass cards are super good, but they do break. Yeah, I haven't. So I did have a run where I messed around with a lot of steel cards. I found a joker that had like a perk for steel cards, and I have messed around with steel cards a bit. I had a lot of fun with that deck. Honestly, we have 4 spades. We could just go for another flush. And like, we need to keep that in mind because flush is my highest level. Well, no. I mean, 4 of a kind and full house is good too. I need to make another 6,000 here. I'm just going to go for the 2 pair. That's fine. Yeah, steel. I had a lot of fun playing that steel deck. The multiplier from steel was so powerful. Damn, that hand sucked, dude. 2 pair needs to be leveled up to be super valuable. All right, I'm going to destroy these 3, 4. And we're going to get that. Ooh. Full house is definitely better than a flush here. I mean, we clearly want to go aces. Okay. Because we get the cash from the aces, which is not, or from the diamonds. All right, we could lose right here if we're not careful. All right, we got a straight. Okay, we have 2 discards left. We have a bunch of 2 pairs we really don't want. Let's just go for the flush here. I have 6 clubs left in the deck. Let's just go for the flush here. Let's just go for it. We get the flush, right? Ooh, if we hold on to this, we get money. Let's discard again and see if we get lucky enough to hold on to this. Ayo. All right, we should be good, I think. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. Yeah, thank you, Dylan. The last time I had this card, I was trying to wrap my head around that. And you worded it in a way that made sense for my brain. Yeah, right. I remember thinking you want to like play the face cards at a specific place in the hand to take advantage of this. And it would be the end of the hand, correct? What's up, Murphy? We're in round 5 of 8. We've made 2 like pretty big mistakes going in, like we accidentally skipped some cards and stuff. So despite the fact that we made some weird funky errors, we actually are doing pretty well. The only problem with this run is that we have no levels, so we're slowly but surely gonna fall into an obsolete place because we don't have any planets right now, and they're not giving us any planets. Like, they're just not giving us any. A mega standard pack, 1650, 2200. No repeat hand types. Oh, We might be going down, dude. We might be going down. Plus 2 chips for each dollar you have. Plus 100 chips if you play a 3 of a kind, and plus $5 if 3 or more face cards are discarded. I'm not interested in any of that. Let's get this tarot pack. I know, dude. I really wanted to take that tarot, that telescope tarot, but everything got weird around that time because that's when I skipped those cards on accident. Believe me, I know how much that telescope voucher is good, but it's like you buy those vouchers for $10 and then you're missing out on your interest money. So you have to be careful. You have to make pretty tough decisions. Do I want my interest money for later, or do I buy this voucher? And like the voucher lasts for a couple shop visits. I don't really know how it works yet. So when the last time I skipped the telescope voucher, I was actually hoping it would show up in the next shop, and it wasn't there anymore. So it lasts for the anti-odd. Thank you. Because so I was like, sadly, like I went to the shop and I saw it there again, and I was like, okay, I can buy this next shop visit, and it was gone. So I'm still kind of learning the game, and I don't know all the details. This card's kind of cool. I'm just gonna take the 2 random tarot. Let's go for it. Converts up to 3 selected cards to spades. Not really. We would really want that to be clubs or diamonds because that's what we've already converted once. Converting again, we could take hearts out. That would be our best bet, is to lower hearts and then increase spades. So then we have spades, clubs, and diamonds. So we'll see. We'll hold on to both of these for now. I don't think it matters. I do want to get more playing cards. I'll take this foil. I'll take this. No. I'm gonna stick with the clubs here. Now we're up to 2.5, which is beautiful. I'm not gonna re-roll because we're gonna go fight the big blind. But 2 more playing cards, we're not gonna fight the big blind. That's a whole nother 0.5 multiplier. I don't think we're fighting the big blind, which means this is our last shop visit before we get destroyed by the eye. So I'm gonna re-roll. This Joker gets +3 multiplier when any booster pack is skipped. Earn $4 if the poker hand is a straight. Plus 100 chips, -5 chips for every hand played. I kind of want to re-roll again. Sure. Enhances 2 selected cards to be multiplier cards. Okay, I'll take that. Oh, dude, I love the double tag, dude. Double tag is so sick. I don't know if I want to sell my discard because I'm in a pretty bad place right now. We're not going to sell. All right, let's go. All right. Retrigger this card 1 time. Creates a tarot when discarded. Ooh, I should just go for these. But the steel is too powerful to overlook. For sure, we're going steel. I don't know why I was even questioning that. I kind of want to take the tarot. I love tarot cards. Let's take this. Now we're up to ×3 here, which feels pretty good. We can't play any repeat hands, so this is going to be super gross. We can't play any repeat hands. This sucks, man. We got to make sure our flush is really good. Seeing no face cards here sucks. Because every hand has to count. We have to make every hand count. So like we could do our straight here, right? No, we're kind of close to a straight. Honestly, this hand blows. We could go for the full house, but it would be no face cards in the full house, which is like, come on, dude. That kind of sucks, right? This hand blows. Let's go ahead and do the flush. Let's convert to spades and do the flush here. I don't know if I want to discard. The thing I'm debating here is if I want to discard. There's really not a good discard here. You know what I mean? Like, sure, I could fish for the full house, but with a bunch of 3s and 2s. But a full house is a full house. I could also fish for the straight. Do I want to get rid of one of my spades or one of my clubs for a spade here? Or do I want to get rid of a diamond? I want to get rid of a club. I don't know if I want to get rid of 2 clubs for spades here. The diamonds are giving me money. So that's the thinking here. This game's challenging my critical thinking skills. Dude, yeah, it's nice. I love it. I like being challenged that way. All right, so I'm gonna keep the diamonds, I guess. And we're gonna get rid of these 3. Let's get rid of these. Spades. All right, first hand's a flush. We can't play flush anymore. Oh, I should have put it at the end, I forgot. I'll remember next time. All right. We didn't even get a quarter. Not really. A little, like about a 5th. Just about a 5th. All right, here we go. We have 4 discards left, and we have 2 multiplier cards we can enhance. We have a bunch of 2-pair, which sucks. They're hitting me with the 2-pair nonsense. We do have this diamond as well. I think we're going to try to hold on to the diamond here. Dude, the eye's going to beat me. We're going to lose to the eye here. There's no way, man. We're not going to beat the eye here. Honestly, discarding all 4 of these would be the play, I think. And then just hoping. How many 7s do I have left? I have 5 7s left in the deck, and I have 2 6s. That doesn't feel good. But I have 2 3s. That doesn't feel good either. I mean, we do have a close to a straight we could go for. Dude, getting no face cards feels so gross. Brutal. Maybe going for the straight here is actually better. 2 3 4 5 6 or 3 4 5 6 7. So going for a 5. How many 5s are left in the deck? 4 of them. Maybe trying a discard for the straight and just winging it here. I might regret this though. So if we wanted to go for the straight, we would want to get rid of a 7. And a 3. I'm gonna go ahead and blow a discard and see if I get lucky. Sometimes I do this and it's just for fun, dude. Like, I really don't feel good about discarding only 2 cards because I only have 4 discards. But sometimes you just got to do it and just like see if you get lucky, because like that's the whole thing, man. It's poker, it's gambling. I guess what I'll do is I'll keep the 7 and drop the 6. Hey, 4 of a kind with a gold card. I don't care about the gold right now. We'll take the 4 of a kind here, right? I mean, clearly. We're not going to see it again. The Empress gives me more points. So I was kind of hoping to save this for face cards, but I could use this at any point if I want. I was kind of hoping to save it for like a bigger, like a hand with face cards. We'll use it now. I'm okay with using it now. This is a pretty nice hand. It's 4 of a kind. I'll take it. Honestly, what's gonna happen here is we might just end up burning our Mr. Bones. No, I have a lot more hope now. We're only 9,000 away now. That 4 of a kind just saved us, I think. I think we actually save our Mr. Bones here. Ooh, are we looking at a straight? What have we played so far this round? We're looking at a straight here. We could fish for a straight, easy. What do we need? We need an 8 or a king. There's 5 kings left in the deck. There's 4 8s. We're fishing here. We have a straight here as well, but this is a poopy straight. Do I get greedy? Do I get greedy? I want the good straight. I don't want your poop. I don't want your doo-doo. I don't want your doo-doo straight, dude. I want a good straight, man. 60... 75 times 7. I'm going with my gut here. So now I have 2 queens and 2 6s. So what I could do is I could hold on to the queens and the 6s. There's no more 6s left in the deck. So I could hold on to the queens and the 6s and hope I can get a full house here as well. So this would be a waste of a discard here though, because I'm only discarding 2 cards if I want to try this. The chance that I get a queen here or a king is not actually that bad. There's 3 queens and there's 5 kings in the deck. The chance that I discard 2 and I get a queen or a king is actually not the worst odds. It's really not that bad. But there's still a huge chance that I don't get what I want here. So really what I'm battling right now is like, do I want to waste a discard again on only 2 cards? Just to fish for... Now I'm kind of trying to play 2 different hands here. I'm trying to fish for either a full house or a straight. And I'm getting pretty greedy here. Like, this is a pretty greedy move. We could lose this run because we passed up that straight like a jerk. Let's just have fun. I wasn't actually planning on winning this run anyways, so we got the king. We got the king. All right, so we go for the straight here. Again, I wanted to put the face cards at the end. We got to remember that. I need to get 2,000. We got this, right? What hands have I already played? I wish this would tell you. So what have I played? It'll tell me if I've already played the hand when I choose it. We could just do 2 pair. 2 pair is so weak though. Is there anything else? Could we go for a 3 of a kind? A 3 of a kind would probably be the most ideal situation here. Or again, going for the pesky full house, which we still have a chance to get that full house. Again, remember, we can't do a straight. We can't do a flush. And then we can't do something else. I don't remember what my first hand was. That's like the only problems. I don't remember what my first hand was. But I know we can't do a flush and we can't do straight. We did a straight. Our first hand was that baby straight. We did a flush, a straight, and whatever the last round was. The full house. No, the straight was last round. So we did a straight, a flush, and then it will say if it's not compatible, but the problem is I don't want to fish for something that I can't do. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I fish for a full house here and then I can't play a full house, like, that would suck. Like, that's kind of what I'm saying. We have the backup of 2 pair though. All right, we'll just play the 2 pair. I don't think we win with 2 pair here though. Let's see. No, we don't. So we have to go for our last hand, which is fine. 5 of a kind. 5 of a kind. I mean, you could do that in this game technically, but I think they only call it a 4 of a kind. But you could technically do that. Yeah, I don't even know what's left. I don't even know what's left. I think it's just like high card. Yeah, I can't do anything else. This sucks. Because we already played straight, but see, it does tell you. Dang, dude, I knew that I was going to be a problem for us. I guess I still could have. So we had to destroy our bones. Mr. Bones is gone. What's up, iHeart Bunny? How you doing today? Same with Royal Flush, I think. Yeah, you want to have face cards at the end, but it doesn't. It only this Joker only works if they're scored. Yeah. So it didn't matter at the end. You have a good straight rip. Yeah, I couldn't use a straight. So the boss, that boss only let me play a hand 1 time. Yeah, that boss only let me play a hand once per the whole, like that, for the whole boss fight. So I had already played a straight, so I couldn't play that straight that I had, which is that was why that was so hard. Because I couldn't play the straight. This game is called Balatro, and the goal is to score points to beat a boss and then to win the round. Yeah, so you're like you score points to beat a certain amount of points, which in this case, you know, a boss fight. So yeah, it's like you score points, you have a certain goal that you need to reach, and you need to score a certain amount of points to reach that goal. This Joker gives 0.1 multiplier per enhanced card played. Interesting. And it removes the enhancement. What? Adds 1 stone card to your deck. Create up to 2 tarot cards. Finally, some planets come in here. We'll take these planets for sure. I mean, we still have a chance to win, but we're pretty far behind. Straight, 2 pair. Having 2 pair leveled up a little bit there would have been so nice. All right, we'll take playing cards in our deck. All right, cool. So uncommon Joker for free. Mega Arcana pack. I kind of want this Arcana pack. Kinda. Cards played previously this ante are debuffed. Oh no. Anything I play all the way up until the boss is debuffed. That's not fun. At this point, I almost want to skip both blinds. Let's do it. We shouldn't be here anyways. Let's Hail Mary. Converts 3 cards up to diamonds. Enhances 2 selected cards to lucky cards. I'm just going to go ahead and turn these to diamonds. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a random Joker. Ooh, I love this Joker. Dude, I love this Joker, dude. This Joker's sick. It eats other Jokers and it keeps making it stronger. It's a cool Joker. Yeah, it's a creative spin on poker, right? All right, here we go. We have to get 40,000. There's no effing way we do this, right? All right, we have a full house right out the gate. We would prefer to discard this though, but let's just go for it. All right, we have a full house. And now we're gonna hold on to this steel card for more multiplier. And again, we gotta remember to put the face card at the end. So to comment on you, Random, because I didn't get to fully address your message. This only counts when the card is scored, and a card doesn't get scored unless it's a part of an actual hand. So what you were saying is, if you do high card, right, and then you just do a bunch of random gibberish, your mind says, oh wow, like, couldn't you just throw a bunch of random trash in there, face cards? No, because those cards aren't being scored, because what's being scored is only the high card. So your scenario just wouldn't have worked. I just didn't have a chance to tell you that, but yeah. So you had the right idea, you just didn't understand how the scoring system worked. Yo, Ron, thank you for a 37. Thank you for 37, dude. How you doing, buddy? So we have 2 kings. We have 2 pair. We could fish for a full house. Let's go. Let's fish for a full house. Let's be a jerk and fish for a full house. We'll take a flush instead. What kind of sick joke is this? Now I'm switching to a flush, but I don't want to use my steel card. Oh, I'm going down the rabbit hole now. Oh, my king's a wild. Ah, nice. Good call out. Thank you. So yeah, how does that, so what I do this? Oh, I can rearrange them like that. Okay, cool. Sick. Sick, sick, sick. You won 1.1K from a $25 sports betting? Dude, nice. Dude, Ron, what's up, man? Nice, man. Congratulations. We got another flush here. So again, if we scoot this over here and we put the flush at the king at the end, dude, we actually like got close. I messed up a little bit this whole game. Like this whole round, I kind of dropped the ball a bunch, but to be fair, I'm proud of myself because we actually got like pretty close, dude. Like we're gonna lose here. Like this is the end of our run. But it was, dude, it was a good run, man. It was a fun run, dude. It was a fun run. Like I said, I made so many mistakes. I shouldn't even be in round 6. I shouldn't even be here fighting this boss. We beat it. Hey, the full house comes through. We're moving on. Nice. All right, sick. ×2 tarot cards appear in the shop. No thanks. Hearts and diamonds count as the same suit. Spades and clubs count as the same suit. This is it. This is the card. This is the card. This is the flush master card right here. This is the flush master. We could win the game because of this. When small and big blind is selected, gain multiplier and destroy a random joker. When blind is selected, choose 3 hands and lose all discards. What? +3 hand and lose all discard. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm gonna go ahead and just buy all this planet stuff. So that was only for that specific boss. So every boss has a different effect. So this boss is the hook. Discards 2 random cards per hand played. So every time I play a hand, it's gonna discard 2 cards that I left in my hand that I didn't play. And it's gonna, every time it's gonna just keep destroying cards from my hand, and you'll see how it works. So every boss has a different ability. And the ability for the boss was I could only play 1 of every hand. Now we beat that boss, we're past that ability. Right? We just got a flush planet. We just got a Jupiter. We did just get 1 Jupiter. We did get 1 Jupiter. Let's I'm there. I rarely see straight flushes happening. I don't know if I want to level that up. I think I'd rather level up something safer. I think I'd rather level something safer up here. But now that we have this card, it could happen more often. You love that +3 hands lose all discards? That's strange. I've never played with that card, dude, and I'm a big discard fan, so that scares me. On one boss, you have to play all 5 cards, neither big blind, which means you need more points than normal. Straight flush, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind. Let's go for straight flush because we ignored it last time. Maybe it'll come in handy. All right, here we go. Gives a mega arcana pack. Two tarot cards immediately. Rerolls boss blind. I don't want to reroll the boss blind, so we're gonna fight the big blind. We're gonna skip this. We're gonna take the arcana pack. We're gonna fight the big blind. Creates 2 random planet cards. Yoink. Right away. All right, we got Venus. We'll take it. We got Saturn. We'll take it. All right, next up, we have convert 3 cards to clubs, convert 3 cards to diamonds. It doesn't really matter, but let's just check. We have 17 clubs and 18 diamonds. Let's do the diamonds one since we have the card that gives us money. Yeah, let's do the diamonds one since we have the card that gives us money. All right, boom, we'll take that. We're gonna go fight you. Get out of here, dude. All right, right out the gate, we're just gonna swing with the flush. Level 3 now. At least we got level 3 flush. That helps a lot. We got to remember to put the face cards at the end. We'll remember. I've played with this card once before, so I can't lie and say I've never played with it, but let's just say I've never played with it before. We do have the option of doing a full house here. And we kind of need to play with every option we have. Oh, wait, hold on. Hearts and diamonds count as the same suit, and clubs and spades count as the same suit. So we could just keep doing full houses. Or flushes, I mean, we could just keep doing flushes. Just flush, 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 flush. We might not win, but we're having fun. Flush, flush, flush. Boom, boom. Boom, multiplier. Let's go. Flush it again. Every heart counts as a diamond. Every diamond counts as a heart. So I get money off of diamonds and hearts. That's such a fun combo. Ooh, we have a ×2 steel card. We need this. This actually is mega clutch coming in here right now. So why don't we discard here? Really? You're about to do me that way? Why don't we discard again? I just need a single diamond. Thank you. I gotta remember. We'll eventually remember. It is from Stardew. Yeah, there's some themed cards. There's some themed cards in the game. All right, we have to play one more hand. We have a glass card. All right, so we'll do spades. So let me move this to the end so that we got to do that ahead of time. Boom. Boom, 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 I guess? No, boom. And we want to put these first because it's the first. Yeah, it's the first face card played. Okay. All right, let's see if this puts us over 52. I think it will. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude. We're cruising right now. All right, $9, $36. Our economy somehow. Ooh, diamonds again. Okay, we're gonna buy that. Played cards with spade suit give ×3. That's huge because clubs counts as spades. Do we stop getting money now? Do we cash out? All right, we're gonna cash out. We're gonna get rid of discards and we're gonna buy this. Even though spades are my least amount in my deck, almost second to least. We have some options to buy joker packs. I'm just gonna re-roll here. We're just gonna double our money, of course. Free cash, easy. So you want to know one of my favorite decks, chat, was one where every tarot card you played, you got more multiplier throughout the whole game. All cards are considered face cards. That doesn't help us in this run. That doesn't help us in this run. I don't know if I want to check out the Joker packs. I think I'm pretty good on Jokers. There is a couple other Jokers I'm sure that I would love to run into to kind of make this strategy a little bit more fleshed out, but I think we're fine. You like using the popcorn one, but mainly starting the game. Ooh, we'll take the moon as well. And we'll take Mars as well. $80 chips if played hand contains 2 pair. No thanks. Even though I like that, but no thanks. All right, let's go. Discard 2 cards at random every time. So this battle sucks. Yo, what's up, Taco? Good to see you, baby. How you doing? So now so let's say I play these 5 cards right here. Two of the leftover cards are going to get discarded randomly. That's what this boss does. So after I play my hand, 2 of the leftover cards get discarded randomly every time I play a hand. So you can't like save things. Like if your goal is to save something, it's like, well, you're out of luck. So we're gonna go for a flush again. But instead, I'm gonna go ahead and convert this heart. Into a club here. It's a little bit of a waste to only use it on 1 card, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Because there's no more hearts in my hand. I mean, I guess the better thing to do here is to just convert these 2 cards, these 3 cards, into diamonds. Because diamonds are still like the best thing that I can play right now. And then let me just rotate these cards here. All right, flush. First flush. Oh, and we can do the boom. Because remember, hearts count as well. Boom. 16,000 first hand. Not bad. We haven't seen any fire this run. You know how you can get flame on these? We haven't seen any flame this run. We should discard this and we should get a free tarot and see what it is. All right. Well, we don't have to do that right this second because, well, it might get discarded anyways. Oh, yeah. It just might get discarded for us. All right. Another flush. We have a full house. We take the full house. Full house is still worth 65 times 6. The full house is still just a hair worse than a flush, even though flush is level 3. Wow, straight at level 4 is actually massive. I didn't realize that my straight gets so good at level 4. Whoa, I didn't realize that straight gets so good at level 4. That is actually 120 times 13. That's like huge. That's as good as 4 of a kind. I still think the full house is the play here. And we could save our discards for next turn. Of course, you always want to save the gold card if you can, but like, I'm not stressed about that right now. This is going to be a pretty weak hand compared to everything we've played, but like, Judgment creates a random joker card, must have room. We might just sell Judgment. We could sell Rough Gem for Judgment just to see what we get. We also can convert to clubs here. So let's convert these 3 hearts to clubs, even though this is a wild card, so it doesn't all the way matter. And then let's just play a super solid flush, and we have a ×2 in this hand. So as long as the ×2 doesn't get discarded, we're like in a pretty good place. Yes, we kept the ×2. We kept the steel card. Yes, the steel card's gonna come through here. There it is. Nice, we made it to round 8. All right, we're in the last round of the game here. Round 8, we somehow made it to round 8, dude. Cerulean Bell forces 1 card to always be selected. What is that trash? I've never seen this. What? I don't like that. Upgrade straight by 3 levels. Gives a Mega Celestial pack. Do we just skip both blinds? And just go for it? And just blow all of our cash right now? This one is ass. You got DNA, but it's kind of late. It's kind of late. I know. Yeah, we got to get rid of Diamond for sure. We're done making money. I'm going to use Judgment first. Sell this card to disable the current boss blind. That's funny to sell that. We'll buy this. That's for sure the play here. But we're going to re-roll here anyways. I'm kind of thinking about, I'm going to buy this voucher. And then we're going to re-roll because we need playing cards. So like, whatever. Creates another joker at random. Plus 30 chips for every remaining discard. When blind is selected, create 2 common jokers. So this is really nice early game as well. Riff Raff. Here we go. We'll take whatever we can get at this point. We're kind of this is a Hail Mary run. Oh, I should have waited and seen what the full was before I used that. I'm gonna buy this and wait a second. Reroll again. Dude, stop giving me jokers. +1 for each type of hand playing the score. +10 malt if your hand contains a flush. I mean, this is what we want, right? Do we drop the chips for the +10 for flushes? This boss is gonna force us to play with a card. Do we drop the chips for the flush? What's up, big doggo? +10 multiplier over +122. We're gonna take the flush. We're taking that. One more reroll. Retrigger all played cards in the final hand of the round. That's so funny. What if that like completely wins the game for us? Every card played counts in scoring. Now that would work random. Did you disable the boss? No, I didn't do anything like that. All right, let's take these spectral cards. Add 1 red seal. Re-trigger this card. Converts all cards in a hand to a single random suit. Let's go ahead and just red seal. Let's go ahead and just red seal this. Sure. All right, and then we're just gonna level up 4 of a kind again. Sure. Dude, if we get a 4 of a kind, we're gonna destroy. All right, we're leveling up straight 3 times. Straight just went up to level 7, dude. If we can get some straights, man, dude. We're skipping this. We're taking 2 planets here. All right, we got ourselves a flush at the buzzer beater flush to level 4. It's something, man. It's something, dude. The buzzer beater flush, dude. Let's level up full house. I kind of wanted to level up straight flush for a joke. All right, here we go. Final round. All right, so we should be playing for spades and clubs, correct? Spade club flushes are going to be our best thing here because that's more multiplier than what straight's going to offer. Straight offers, so I get a plus 10 multiplier if I play a flush. So flush is actually better than it looks here, but the 210 times 22 feels insane. So I think my priority tier here is straight over flush, spades and clubs over everything else. And I have to play with this red 8 now. Dude, they're forcing me to play with certain cards. That sucks. So we can't discard it or anything, right? I'm assuming I can't discard it. It's selected, not played. You can discard it. That is interesting, dude. Sure. We're buzzing at a straight here. Yeah, it really depends on how much I want to fish for straights versus just going with what I have. Like this, we're buzzing for a straight here. Like in theory, we could fish for one here. We have 2 more discards. We also could fish for a full house if we wanted. I kind of just want to take this first hand. Not terrible. A little bit under what we want. We want at least 20,000 for every hand. So now we have to make up for that, right? We have another flush. Really not looking at any straights here. Save these for next round. I don't know if this will be 20,000. Let's go. So we're pretty far behind here. That we're not out though. We're not out. We need more spade. We need more spade and club hands. This card re-triggers. They're forcing me to use this. That's fine. I'm okay with doing another one of these hands. Chat room, how many runs have you had die at the final boss of a run? Like, how many runs have you had die to the final boss? I don't know if I've had that many die to the final boss. I've died to like round 6, round like 5 to round 7, probably more frequently. Sometimes they just throw a boss in front of you that like is hard to deal with, because a lot of the bosses up until the final boss is random, right? So like sometimes you run into like some shit that you just like can't handle. Like one time I got the wall at like round 6 and it was just like so much. I was like, dude, I can't do this. Like, somehow we just got 80,000. Did anybody else see what that last hand just accomplished? How did I get 50,000 with one hand? I wasn't even paying attention. Dang, dude, Black boy. 40K? We have 2 hands. We have a chance. We just won, I think. I think we have a really good chance of winning now. Dude, we have 2 hands left. You guys can't see behind the chair. We have 2 hands left. I think we win, dude. I think we win, dude. I think we can win this. I might want to blow a discard here, though, because I think I want to play with red seal here. So I think we blow a discard here. We blow a discard on these cards right here. We got what I wanted, and we got a. Oh, okay. That's all we need, baby. All right, so then now I need to blow another discard though. So they changed. So when I discarded, they changed what card I needed. Oh, I accidentally discarded my red seal. I see what I did. Rick. That's bad news. But the ×2, like the times 1.5 is probably going to save me here. I was too busy looking at chat, getting excited. I only have 1 discord and I need to make it count. We need to play off of spades. So we have a glass card that's ×2 multiplier. So we need to play off this, right? This is the best thing we have in our hand. So I think we discard spades, even though spades is giving us +3 multiplier. ×2 is better than +3. Keep in mind, I said ×2 versus +3. It's clearly the play here. So we are literally just gonna discard all 4 of these cards, and we just need to get a single heart or a single diamond. Right? Got it. So you want to play the glass card last, right? Because then this thing is going to play it twice. Or not last, excuse me. I want this thing to play my glass card twice. Oh no, I don't have that card. So yeah, the first face card that played gets a ×2 multiplier. So you're saying I shouldn't do that because it already has a ×2 multiplier. Wow, I see what you're saying. So like it's not going to stack up, right? It already has. It will stack. Photograph won't play if it's played last. What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it will. Photograph says the first played face card gets ×2 multiplier when scored. So no matter what, the first face card that shows up in scoring gets played twice. Period. So right. So the first face card played. So I want my first face card to be played to be the glass, because we want it to tap. We want the glass to hit hard. Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah. Sorry. You confused me by saying this. You said the photograph won't double if it's played last. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have nothing to do with what's played last. It has to do with what's played first. That's why I was confused. We're on the same page now. And no matter what, first one gets ×2, then the second is ×2. So if you swap, the glass is ×2 and the photo gets ×2, so it's exactly the same. Right, and I've already figured that out. But we were kind of talking about something different, right? I kind of already figured that out. That's what I was saying earlier. I said, me putting the glass card here doesn't matter for the ×2 because they're not going to stack, right? Like you can't have ×2 and then ×2 on the same card. It's not going to go up to ×4. It's just a ×2. Right? But the Aerial Lion is saying the otherwise. Aerial Lion is saying otherwise. Right? So like this doesn't stack. So my logic was, at first my logic was, if I put this jack here, then I'm going to get ×2 from photograph and then another ×2 from glass card. So it would take everything I earned at that point, ×2, and then ×2 again. Dylan saying it'll be a total of ×4 no matter what. But if you put the glass last, then the non-glasses jack chips will be included in the ×4. Correct. And I do understand that, yeah. Yeah, it's ×4 no matter what, right? So that's the thing that I wasn't sure about. I didn't just like my general understanding of like games and stuff, it felt like this wouldn't go to a ×4. So it doesn't really matter because this photograph is gonna hit no matter what card is in front of it. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay, that's even easier to understand. What really is confusing here that needs to be simplified is this. No matter what, these two things are hitting separately. There's always going to be a ×2 from photograph, and there's always going to be a ×2 from glass. And no matter what position I put this card in, they're always going to hit separately. They don't combine into a new multiplier. It's just ×2, ×2, period. And that's why they're saying there's no difference. And then the only difference here is the 10 chips. That's the only difference, is these little 10 chips that we're trying to talk about. And that's why putting the glass at the very end is better for these for seriously literally 10 chips. which was multiplying to 20. It would matter if you put the 7 last then. All right, we got our first stream. Our first game on stream was a win. That's kind of crazy, right? I might have to chalk it up to the chat kind of helping me out a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, I shouldn't have won this round. Welcome in here, by the way, Ariel, and thank you, B Kimberly, for helping me figure that out. B, I'm a very passionate person, but I hope you know that I'm not even a little bit frustrated. I'm having a lot of fun. So thank you, B Kimberly. I was just a little confused, but it's nice to kind of figure this out with everyone together. So we got really lucky to get a win here. Like, this was actually super lucky. Like, I need to go open up some packs real quick. Like, this is actually pretty crazy. Like, I'm shocked, dude. This is my 3rd ever win. I made 2 pretty bad mistakes during the run. I think the chat kind of helped me out a little bit, man. You guys, thank you guys. Dude, I had fun playing this, man. I love this game, dude. This game is really good. I hate to admit it because chat was right that when they said I would love the game, and I hate admitting when chat's right, you know? We don't want to do that. It'll go to your heads. All right, let's see what we get out of this pack real quick. Love your hat. Thank you, dude. I love this hat. All right, here we go. There's an off day. All right, we got a Tentacool, a Dratini, an Ekans, and a Giovanni, and a Dragonair. Yikes. All right, let's open up another pack real quick. This is it. This is the one that is going to be the big... Oh, Artifice is here? Okay, this is the pack right here. Anytime he's here, I get good pulls. Ponyta, Cubone, Dragonair, Grimer, Venomoth. It wasn't good. Don't worry, Artifice. I used up all my luck in Balatro, apparently. Wait, what was that? I just got 4 more hourglasses on top of my 7 hourglasses that I had? Wait a second. You mean I can open up a 3rd pack? Dude, it's all about the 3rd pack in the row. That's when you get good stuff. You got to open up 3 in a row, dude. All right, this is it. Porygon, Rhyhorn, Eevee, Weedle. All right, here it is. Fucking Ditto. Frick. Come on, Ditto, dude. You're ruining my whole spiel here on stream. Ditto, you punk. Ooh, open 6 boosters. Yoink. Let me get that golden ticket. Stop using hourglasses. I know I'm going to be so upset when the new packs come out and I have to drop another $100 on the game just so I can open the packs because I used up all my hourglasses. Ditto is like a Balatro Joker. Have to. Yeah, I signed a contract in blood. You didn't also sign a blood contract? Oh. I guess I bought my TCG app on an off-market website. Dude, I'm pretty shocked that we managed to win that run. I might have also made a mistake. I didn't understand that boss blind card. Would that have worked on the final boss of the game? I didn't understand that card. So you hold on to the Joker. And then when you go to the boss, you sell it while you're fighting the boss, and it disables. And it disables the boss fight? Like, what is that? I completely dropped the ball there. I just sold that Joker like right away. I didn't even I saw that Joker and I didn't register what it did. I was like, this is useless. I didn't realize so I might have been able to disable the Cerulean Bell's ability. When you did that, I was like, no, I had no idea what I was doing there. Sell it at the boss. So you have to be actively fighting the boss and then you sell it. So it kind of takes up one of your Joker spaces, but it gets worth it. Yeah, we still won, so it doesn't matter. So let me ask you guys a question. If you're a Balatro fan, how often do you go for the endless run versus just wrapping it up? how often do you go for the endless run before just wrapping it up? I've never won, so never. Ooh, Nebula deck start with the telescope voucher? No way! That's kind of sick. But -1 consumable. Planet cards appear ×4 more frequently. Interesting, dude. Interesting. Look at that. So now we've got our 3rd win under our belt, and we just unlocked a new rare deck. I'm going to play this one next. This seems sick. I'm going to play this one next. That's dope, dude. So we've gotten a win on red, blue, and we've gotten a win on magic deck, which I love this deck. I want to climb the difficulty scale with this deck. This is the one that I think I would really like to see how hard the game gets with these. I haven't played the game on difficulty 2 really yet at all because I want to unlock challenges. Once I unlock challenges, I'll probably start scaling the difficulty with one deck, and I'll just stick with that one deck and try to like really kick the game's butt. That's how I play rogues. Like I'm a one weapon guy. Like in Hades, I picked up the sword and I pretty much only use the sword. I got a win on every other weapon once, but I go back to the sword and I'm just grinding the sword. Like that's just like, I like to choose one style and it helps me with muscle memory and stuff. Check your collection. I haven't messed with the collection page ever. So this is all the jokers that can, these are all the jokers that can possibly appear at the shop. That's cool. I didn't realize there were so many. So like the more you play the game, the less likely you are to get a specific build. Like the more you play the game, the less likely you are to be able to be like, oh, I'm gonna just hold out until I get that one joker that does that thing that is really good. You know what I mean? Like the more you unlock, the less often you have to like, you have to just adapt more and more. Like every run gets a little bit harder because like right now I can hold out for like specific jokers because I only have 83 out of 150. But like eventually I feel like you really stop. You have to just play with what you get. Re-rolling is easier than you think if you have the money to do it. I have been getting more comfortable re-rolling. Tarot cards more frequently. Plus hand. I love the paintbrush. The paintbrush is sick. All the different tarot cards. Oh, so we have all the tarot cards in the game, but we don't have all the planet cards. Or we just, we just haven't chosen them. Like we haven't discovered them. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. So we just haven't discovered all the planet cards. I bet you I could tell you which one it is. Straight flush, maybe? No, we got that last time. I wonder what I just have never bought. And then what is all this? Oh, these are all the different boss types? Oh, what? This is all the different things, the bosses? After play or discard, always draw 3 cards. This one was sick. I like the serpent. I liked fighting the serpent. All hard cards are debuffed. One random joker disabled every, this one, the Crimson Heart was hard to beat. The mark. Yeah, the highest I've made it was ante 9. That's what this says here. The highest I've ever made it, I think. The needle gives me PTSD. Oh, play only one hand. Yeah, dude, the needle, man. Like you just can't even win if that shows up in certain scenarios, dude. You just can't. Like, what do you expect me to do? You have to have your deck pretty well fleshed out for the needle. +1 Joker. Playing cards. Wait, what are these? Additions. 50 chips, multiplier. I mean, it's all about polychrome, right? You want those multipliers. Put all your jokers on 3 of a kind, probably. Was the red at the bottom off screen? Wait, what do you mean? Let me see. In the blinds category? Yeah, here. The red. The hook, the ox, the wall. The tooth. Crimson Heart. This was because this was the red deck. Right, because I beat red deck and blue deck. So now these are in here. I'm assuming these are the other colored decks, right? Like yellow. Black, yellow, green, and black. How's Balatro? Always read how good this game is, but I've never seen it in action. It's good, man. It's good. I think I'll take a break today. I'll come back here tonight and we're gonna do our night stream. So that'll be it for Balatro today. Honestly, that one run kind of took it out of me. I plan to actually play a lot more Balatro, especially because it's 12 games of Christmas, but that one run took it out of me, man. Like, that was good. I feel so satisfied. What number did you have to beat at Ante 16? Holy cow, did you see that? 8.6. What? Wait, what is that number? Wait, what? 300 million here, 47 billion here. What is that, a quintillion? Is that a Googleplex? Is that what that is? Dude, what's up? Yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm satisfied. A good 2-hour Balatro run feels pretty good. After we explained it. Yeah, I feel pretty satisfied. I don't know if I want to play more Balatro. So we'll be back a little bit later. I'm gonna actually quit this out and I'm gonna jump over to my outro scene. Yeah, we'll call it there. We'll be back here in just about 2 hours to do a night stream, some variety. All right, and we'll grind out then. We'll grind out then. So we'll be back for a night stream and some variety later today. And I'm going to take a break. I wasn't sure how I was going to float today, but the break feels good. So I don't think this will be, I have a sneaking suspicion that this won't be the last of Balatro on this channel. I think you might see this game again. It was actually not too bad to stream. Like, it was actually felt pretty good to stream. There was some good vibes, some good interaction in the chat, some good energy all around. I actually kind of enjoyed it. So we'll have to see what happens. But there it was. On your second day of Christmas, my streamer gave to me 2 Balatros and 1 Garden Galaxy. You have to tune in tomorrow for the next 12 games of Christmas surprise. You could find the hint right here. I've seen some pretty good guesses so far. I've seen some pretty good guesses so far on the next hint, so we'll have to see what y'all think. We'll have to see what y'all we'll have to see what y'all think once we reveal the game tomorrow. We'll be playing something else in the morning, probably Pocket Camp in the morning, and then we'll go into the next game afterwards. But yeah, enough of that. I'll be back tonight. I might come back and play some more Balatro, and if not, it's a variety night, so I'm just gonna do whatever I feel like doing. So we could very well come back and do some chill Balatro tonight as well. We'll see. We'll see how we feel. And I'll be right back. Let me go ahead and find our raid recipient real quick. Yeah, give me just a second. A quick distraction here. We'll find our raid recipient for for today here. If y'all want to join the raid, you're welcome to. We're going to go visit another creator here in the Twitch space. You're invited to join us for a little raid, little raidy poo. All right, we're gonna go visit our friend Boston, who's playing some Disney Dreamlight Valley. All right, so hopefully y'all want to join in on Boston's stream. They'll be chilling out here. Of course, this is Highly in Descent, signing off from another wonderful Hyro Gaming Group production. If I don't see y'all here tomorrow, more ACPC, the next 12 games of Christmas reveal, day number 3, as well as all sorts of other shenanigans. So I don't see y'all here for that. Again, tonight, just in an hour and a half, I'm going to be going live again, and we're going to do a night stream. So I'm going to go take a breather, take a walk, get myself some food, and I'll see y'all here shortly. However, until next time, this is Highly in Descent signing off for another wonderful Hyro Gaming Group production. All right? Don't forget to game on. And of course, as always, peace. Wrap it up and on to the next episode. Peace. All right, fam, we're out of here. Thank you so much again for coming through and vibing today. It was a beautiful broadcast. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast, and I hope you all did as well. I'll see y'all in a couple hours. Let's get some food in our bellies. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. Honored to be a part of your daily routines, and certainly honored to have you as a part of mine. Until next time, this is Highly in Descent signing off. I'll see you all on the flippity flip. Peace. Peace.